Welcome back, everybody, to Facetious. This is episode 55, recorded on January 9th, 2017 at approximately 6:06 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am happy to be one of your hosts. I am Larry, a.k.a. Bluemanrule, and I am joined, as usual, by my dog, my main Damie. You can't really tell how he's feeling this week because we no longer have no lower thirds thanks to Google Hangouts. It's none other than Mike, a.k.a. Scarfinger, a.k.a. Real Talk. What's up, though?
Man, some bullshit. How you just gonna get rid of lower third? Like, really? Like, are you serious?
Right. Well,
I like lower third. It makes it look professional.
Right, exactly. Now, see, I was a fan of the lower thirds, but to their credit, Google Hangouts has been saying for about 3.5, 4 months now that they are going to take away. They're going to take away support for Hangouts, and that's just on the 8th, and that was yesterday. So they're just holding to their word, man. So they let people get their last little usage in. So until we find an alternative, we won't have lower thirds. We may not use lower thirds going forward because if you've been listening for this long, you probably know who we are.
Man.
Just a thought. Also, we should probably get together and
get rid of stuff on Hangouts. Hangout these nuts, nigga. Like, why would you do something like that? Out of all of the stupid stuff that you have here with the Google effects and all of that other dumb shit, why did you just get rid of that shit first?
Right.
It don't make no sense. I could wear a dumbass hat, right? Dumbass hat. But I can't have my lower third.
A black pirate. So what are you now? What's that dude from Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag? What was his name? He had his own expansion. That's you.
I didn't play it yet. I got it. But
Okay. Oh man, but that's awesome. So again, until Mike and I actually get another permanent solution and I can actually get a really good background like the Geeks for the Win use, or that like my boys over at OMG Hour use, like we'll just probably be doing this for a while, but I would really like to do that. I'd like to get Scar upgraded and get him installed up to Windows 10 so we can do some certain things and work out with those sort of things. So
no, I have 10. I just don't have 10 on the alpha, and
right.
The alpha was the one that could run.
Yes.
That you bullshit.
See, here we go. So much hating already. Do I need to tell the story of Diablo 3 again? I don't need to do that. No,
because you keep claiming I'm a hater, but I got better stuff than you. So why would I be a hater to the stuff you got?
I mean, I'm just saying you've been hating quite a bit, but it's all good.
So
it's all
good. I will admit. I was hating on your monk because I didn't realize that you had prestige, basically.
Right.
And I thought you was a low level monk. You was like, oh yeah, my monk handling business. I'm like, fuck your monk. So like that did happen. That did happen because I thought you were a level 38 and not a 38 Paragon.
Right. So I was putting in work. My monk was putting in work, so it's all good. But I'm looking forward to running some. I'm earning game time. So let me tell you, when I talk
every day available is still fuck you.
I know it. But listen, we're gonna talk about my structure for my Daniel Fast here soon, man. But before we get into that, Mike, I'm upset because I learned today that Scalebound has been canceled by Microsoft and Platinum Games.
I was never interested, so don't make me no difference.
But you see, as he sipped on his Dr. Pepper or his Diet Dr. Pepper, you see how he just rubbed it in. Here's the thing: it was a game. It was a Microsoft exclusive. It's a game developed by Platinum Games, who, if you're unfamiliar with them, they made games such as Bayonetta and Mad World and Metal Gear Solid Rise or Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, and they make all the great action games. They're also working on Nier Automata.
Dumbass name.
Right. So I am a massive fan of their combat, and this game looked like it was going to have that in spades, but it was canceled today officially. So no, I'm playing. It's all about dominoes over here. It's all about them bones. But listen, so again, I'm very upset. I'm a little disheveled. I really don't know what to do because it was the only Microsoft exclusive I gave a rip about in 2017. That is not exaggeration. I don't care about Crackdown. I don't care about Halo Wars 2. I don't care about all this other garbage. What did Knox put in the chat? He put some other things in the chat that, while for your average gamer may be okay, but I really don't hold two rips about any of those games. So, man, it sucks. It stinks. It stinks. So that's my rant. I just hope that they get Sakaguchi-san from Miss Walker. Scar too busy playing with these effects, dog. He too busy playing with these effects to even care. All right, that's what's up. So
I wasn't necessarily interested in the game. It always sucks when a game gets canceled, because 9 times out of 10 that's going to lead to a lot of these people losing their jobs and not being paid out some money that they were probably thinking that they was going to get. I mean, because if the game don't come out, you can't get that bonus, and maybe you was banking on that bonus. Not that the game was going to sell very well. Let's all be honest with ourselves here. But
right.
But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. That's the part of it that's the part of it that sucks. I mean, I don't care I didn't care one bit about that game at all, so it makes zero difference to me. But the fact that it does matter to the people that did care, that just really sucks for them, and it sucks for the people who ain't gonna get their bonuses.
Yeah, it's really tough, man. That's the thing for me. I really worry about that studio, and they said they're guns for hire, so it looks like they're back to being guns for hire again. But I don't know. I think I just want those cats to do their thing, man. To do their thing, and it wasn't really that I want a Microsoft to really do something really great. I just want that game to come out because it had been pushed back already. So,
yeah.
I don't like this background.
But I mean, but Microsoft keeps doing that stuff. Just click the background again.
Okay, word up. So yeah, Microsoft has done that. They've done that with Phantom Pain, and then they brought out other new IP, like Knox put in the chat, such as Sunset Overdrive.
You said Phantom Pain. You mean Phantom Dust?
Phantom Dust. My bad. That's what I mean. Exactly.
Another game I didn't care about at all.
I kind of cared about it because it looked unique. But think games like Sunset Overdrive, Rise, Spartan Ops, which is like a mobile game, Quantum Break. Those are all IPs that just kind of canceled in addition. So that's like 5 or 6.
Spartan Ops?
Was Halo Spartan Ops, wasn't it? Wasn't that a mobile game? Or am I wrong in that?
No, I thought Spartan Ops was the mode inside of 4.
Maybe. No.
There was the Spartan Assault, ain't it?
Spartan Assault. You know what? You right.
Assault.
Yeah, Spartan Ops was really cool, man. I like that. I actually like that entire.
Yeah, I really like that because you know me, I like co-op, so that was just more co-op. Other than the fact that when you were actually playing co-op, you couldn't watch the cutscenes, and the cutscenes were actually telling a decently coherent story that if you just played it with friends, you can't watch. So the more that you played, the further behind in the story you got.
Right. No, that's very true. That's very true because you really are going in there with friends. So yeah, it's crazy, man. But so let's look at it, Mike. Let's take a look at this. You know, I told you last week I was going to start this Daniel fast with the church. So it started yesterday, and it's going. I tell you, man, it's going. The Daniel fast is tough. It's tough. So no meat again. So in case you all are wondering, it is no meat. It is no processed foods. It is also kind of vegan because it's no derivative of animal products. So no eggs, no milk, no cheese, none of that. So it's basically beans, fruits, vegetables, things of that nature, and nuts or legumes. So that is what I can do. And it's tough. I'm sitting here starving right now. So, but here's my thing.
Leading up to this, did you cut down on what you were already eating?
Yeah, I spent the last week getting adjusted.
Okay.
So I spent the last week getting adjusted. So I feel pretty good going into it, Mike. But here is what I did. So I want you to understand. My wife was like, okay, so she told me, well, you're not really fasting anything. I'm like, number one, I grew up in the country. I'm fasting meat. That's killer. But I also said, okay, because she's always talking. You know what she told me? You know what she told me?
Yesterday I had some good ass bacon, bro.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that looking out for me.
Bacon and some sausages, and I made some of the the thing that you make, that it come in a bag, right? And it got like some sausage and some potatoes, and some onions and some peppers, and you just add some eggs to it and make it a little scramble. And then my girl remembered the tortillas this time. We made them breakfast burritos, and then I took the, not just the breakfast burrito, but I took the bacon and the little sausage links, and I put it in the burrito also.
What? Okay, so I appreciate you really just trying to make me feel bad, but the point of the matter is this.
And I had the leftovers this morning, and that bacon was still off the chain, bro.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But this is what I've done, Mike, to reward myself. So it's a minute for minute thing. So every minute that I work out or study my Bible, because I told you about the study Bible that I have, every minute that I do that, I earn game time.
Harry Potter thickness.
Yes, exactly. Something Leviotum. But as I said, I earn game time. So it's a minute for minute earn. So that's how I'm doing it over the next 2 weeks. But number one, how has anyone ever told you what ain't valuable enough to you? Like, she was like, I'm like, well, yeah, so I'm fasting the food. She's like, you doing anything else for the fast? I'm like, no, I'm good. She's like, that ain't enough. Like, how you gonna tell me what I'm giving up ain't hard for me?
Yeah,
like, that's what I need to know.
I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to not decide what's worth it. Like, I mean, I'm giving up animal products, B.
Right.
Like, life is about the consumption of animal products. Like, let's be real about it.
When you grow up on the farm, that's all there is.
Eating meat is the reason why humans evolved the way that we did.
Well, because we had to evolve to catch our prey. So
exactly. And well, first of all, our eyes are already in the front of our heads, so that's a completely different thing. But second of all, eating meat evolved our brains enough for us to be able to do what we do now as a society. It helped us advance society from the Neanderthals once we started eating meat.
See? So, and on top of that, I'm still running my intramural league, so I have a game on Thursday. And I'm working out. So
how in the world are you gonna have enough energy?
That's what I'm saying,
because you can't eat it like a granola bar with some nuts in it. You know what I mean? Like,
right. So the hard part is there are some things that I can't eat. So I can't eat brown rice, and I can eat whole grain tortillas, but what I can't really eat much with them. So I can eat beans. I can eat green. I can eat all beans.
What's the point of having tortillas if you can't put no meat on them?
Exactly. My wife I bought a couple of packages of whole wheat tortillas, and again, I can only eat beans. So, nevertheless, but that's my reward / sacrifice. Right? Is game time.
How long you gotta do this?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I'm sorry.
I know it. So check in on me, see if I'm still alive next week. It's gonna be an interesting look, but.
That's right, AZ Rockslide, or cheese. You can't put no cheese on it neither because you got all that vegan stuff in it. So you got tortillas and you can't put no meat or no cheese. You can only really put the beans up there, bruh.
What am I doing? What am I doing with tortillas in the first place?
Exactly. Like you just go roll up the tortillas and just be chewing on them, crying in the corner.
Like, here's my only solution, bro. My only solution is to buy almond butter, pure almond butter from the store, or peanut butter, because that's valid.
Oh wait, but they got the nuts in there that you're not supposed to have.
Exactly. So then I am in another conundrum, right? I'm in another conundrum. I'm just like, God, man. So and to even further and complicate this matter, I had almonds. My wife bought me some almonds with sea salt, and so she bought me some almonds, and I ate them today at work, and now my stomach hurt from eating the almonds. So now the alternatives that I had as far as nuts, almonds, which are healthier, you can eat peanuts, but they have a higher fat content, and if I eat them away from the house, it's cool.
So you can't have no honey roasted cashews right now.
Man, nothing with any sugar whatsoever. Dude, oatmeal, no sugar. That's all I've been eating in the mornings. Oatmeal, because that's
just regular.
No, oatmeal with frozen fruit. So I get frozen strawberries.
AZ Rockslide is giving. I just want you to know that.
Oh, he giving me the business?
Yeah, he said he will do this, but he will not go to church on Christmas Day.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So AZ Rockslide is giving you the business right now.
It's all good. It's all good. But
yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, okay, so me, I don't really conform to everyone else's stuff. Like, I'm me, and I'm always gonna be me. Right. I can't imagine. All right, hold on. Okay, so I'm not gonna say what I want to say because I see AZ Rockslide is in the building, and I already dropped a few motherfuckers already.
Well, there's another one, so there it is.
But how can anyone fix their lips to tell me that they want me to even try this? How you gonna fix your lips to say, yeah, I want you to go 2 weeks. Don't eat no meat, don't eat no animal products, no cheese, no eggs, no you can only have certain kinds of nuts, and not even these. Like, you can't a certain kind of nuts. A certain kind of nuts you can't even have. And oh, he said he can handle it. Okay, cool. All right. I wish a motherfucker would tell me to try to do this bullshit. Like, that's some nonsense. It is. Absolute fucking nonsense. Ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me that I can't have all this stuff. Look, my eyes are in front of my head. My eyes are in front of my head. You know what that means? I'm a predator. That means I eat meat. And look at the animal kingdom. Think about your animal kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Think about your animal kingdom. All of the animals with their eyes in front of their heads are hunters. All the animals with them on the side or up top, that means they are on the sides or on the top so they can look out for hunters because they are food. Right. Right. And then you go tell me, I can't have my food. Yep. Okay, so let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question because this is a very important question right now. Okay. Very important question. Can you have cake?
What? What type of question is that?
Or like a pound cake, because you need eggs in order to make cake.
No processed food whatsoever. So even just the mix, the cake mix itself.
If you made like, say you made a pound cake from scratch.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You made like a pound cake, or not something that's, well, you got to use some sugar. So I guess that's out too.
It's out the dough. It's out the dough. Butter.
Let me tell you what I got the other day. I got one of them cakes from Walmart that they take a cake and they cut them up into 4 pieces and then they swap out pieces.
Yep.
Tell you, I got one with some chocolate cake from a girl, and then everything else was for me. They had the vanilla section. And
it sounds like your cinnamon. It sounds like your cinnamon rolls, bro. It's like I already ate 4 of them.
Yeah. Well, she ate hers faster than I ate mine.
Y'all putting it down.
Yeah. But yeah, I got that. It's the chocolate, some vanilla, some one of my favorite cakes to get from Walmart is Louisiana Crunch.
Okay.
It's a lemon cake, and it got like some coconut stuff on the top of it.
Oh, and I'm out.
That joint slamming.
I'm out.
You don't like coconut?
No, can't do it.
What is wrong with people hating on coconut? I tried to make a coconut cream pie one time.
It's texture in my mouth, bro.
Man, yo, haters everywhere. And then the last one had some socket chimney cake, bro.
Okay. All right. I hear you.
Now, and I had to explain this to my girl before the patty pies came out. Socket chimney cake in Walmart was the business. The business.
All right.
The business. And socket chimney cake is just as good as you remember. Bro, I'm thinking about going back and just getting some socket chimney cake. Because they got the ones where they just got the slices. They just got the slices. No, I mean, because I need to go back to Walmart to get me some of that Bob Evans loaded potatoes, the loaded mashed potatoes.
Here he goes. See,
bruh.
See.
Let me tell you, when you can eat meat again and stuff, get you some of them loaded mashed potatoes because them Jones is off the chain. And the pieces of bacon that's in it, we not talking about no little bacon bits. Like they actually put some bacon chunks.
Is it applewood though? It's always applewood though. It's always applewood smoke.
No, you want to know what the secret is?
What is it?
One day, try the cherry wood, bro.
I want to try the cherry wood. I want to see something other than applewood because it seems like applewood has uncontested dominance.
Cherry wood, thick sliced bacon. Try it.
Yep.
And AZ said, "What about cane sugar?"
Bruh, no sugar whatsoever. The only sugar I can get can come from my fruits and my veggies. That is all. I can even have tomatoes, even though tomatoes they're actually kind of high in carbs. I can still have those, but they're natural, so I can do that. Yeah. So, yeah, man, the Daniel fast is no joke. Man,
and then here's the worst thing. Like, you're doing all of this natural stuff. You can't even really smoke the weed because even if you could smoke weed, like you would want to eat all of the stuff you can't eat.
Right. Like,
you can smoke some weed and you can't even eat no Funyuns, dog.
Right. Exactly. Like you could smell Funyuns. That'd be about it. You could just take the bag, hold it at arm's length like you in the science lab, and like waft it toward you. But that's all you could do. That's all you could do. So, all right, man. So let's get into it. And it's actually opportune that AZ Rock Slide is watching because I was going to talk about the Edgy Awards last night. And Scar, we took home some awards, dog. We took home some hardware.
I haven't listened to the show. I'm behind like 3 or 4 shows.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna give them all away. I'm just gonna give out the ones that we received, which we're truly for. All right,
let's do that.
All right, Mike, yourself. You Meef J presents the Cookie Monster Award. You won that bad boy. So your cookies. And
because of Crooked Google, I can't even put my lower third and call myself the Cooking Monster.
Right. So, congratulations, my man.
Shout out to my homie Meef. I actually just recently heard the show where the show after he got his cookies.
Yeah.
He got the cookies that I sent him. So shout out to the homie Meef. I mean, for real, Meef is my spirit animal. Like I love Meef.
Right.
Like
we all love Meef.
And I'm not even gonna say no homo or nothing like that. I love Meef.
Well, we all love Meef. Straight up, like we all do.
Like, I love him.
Good dude.
Like, no, I know. I love Meef. I sat beside him, and I sat beside him that day that we met, and he's a very handsome man.
Yeah, pretty handsome guy. Pretty humble. Still can't outrace me in Forza Horizon 3 though. I mean, but he's a good guy.
I mean, if it actually runs right, y'all still having frame rate issues.
Oh, I could just pull it up on Xbox One and roll. So we all good there. So the second award that the show took home, I guess. Well, the first that the show took home was also presented by Meef J, and it was the Best Kept Secret Award. He thinks that Facetious is the best kept secret because we're not out there like many other podcasts that have their own. Facetious doesn't have his own Twitter feed. It kind of has its own YouTube channel, but it really just copies the playlist from my channel. So it doesn't have its own thing, but it still exists. And now that we have the RSS feed, he still thinks it's something good. So I really appreciated him and AZ also voted that in.
I really, well, first of all, thank you, because that means so much to Blue and myself. I also want to thank all of the little people that we stand atop of to make this thing possible. I just wanted to say atop. I would also like to thank just everybody who speaks of the show, and when we retweet, they tweet it out and all that other stuff. I mean, all of that stuff really matters, and all of the homies that's been down from day one for each of our respective shows. New Scarcasm coming soon. Hopefully recording this week. And you know what? This is something that we enjoy. Right. And this is something that at this point it's so natural and it's so easy, and at some point we just decided that we wanted to be ourselves, and we didn't want to actually be a whole bunch of whores and blowing up your Twitter feeds every day and all that other stuff. We want to roll, you know, I want to dance with the girl I brought. And, and in this instance, y'all are my girl. I brought y'all. So come on, we gonna dance together.
Right. I thought because, you know, the Golden Globes were last night, I thought I was gonna play some music to play you off, but I thought that was a little disrespectful. So I let it go.
You was gonna pull out a wrapping up box. I'm not sure Google has those effects for the wrapping up box.
Just get a little present on the screen. All right. So the final award was presented by AZ Rockslide, and it was that was truly insightful award. Show with the most consistently thought-provoking subjects. And man, I'm gonna tell you, bro.
Really?
We went up against some heavy hitters. We went up against These Go to 11. We went up against the Reform Gamers. We went up against the Reform Pubcast, Tech Reformation, and Rugged Marriage Podcast. So we went up against some heavy hitters, bro. And hey, appreciate it.
Yeah, for real. This is that award where you're like, how did I win this? You know what? You know, you get in and something comes up, like, you know, when something comes up, like when the holidays come up and you think about, like, you know, what people are going through, and then you have that moment where you're like, I should say something, or like, well, what was happening with Lefty Brown, and you're just like, I wouldn't want, if that was happening to me, would I want somebody to leave me hanging like that? If they had the advice that I should have at that moment. Right. And, you know, all that stuff, and then, you know, the stuff about the race stuff and all that other stuff, and it's just like, you know, I got into podcasting because I was listening to podcasts. I got an iPod and I was listening to a bunch of podcasts, but no one sounded like me. Mm-hmm. No one came from the perspective that I came from, and because I was listening to a lot of gaming podcasts at first, and like, either you're just an absolute nobody that just wants to talk about news, or you were somebody that could afford everything, and you got a big beautiful PC, and you could buy whatever game you want. And I'm just like, what happens to the dude? You know, I mean, who speaks to the Madden dude? Right. You know what I mean? Who speaks to the guy who loves Call of Duty every year? Mm-hmm. And, you know, who does that? And I'm like, well, who better than me? Right. And just by chance, I actually was able to be on a platform that gave that guy to the masses. But I always intended for it to be like, who's out there with a voice like mine? And then there's a lot of people now, but, you know, this thing, you know, years and years and years ago, there was nobody. Right. And, you know, and then, like, you know, when it comes to speaking on some of these issues, there's not a whole lot of people speaking on some of these issues in our community, which is based in the gaming community. There's not too many people that are speaking about this in the way that it needs to be addressed. There's a whole bunch of people that but don't live the kind of lives that we live, and don't come from the places where we came, that can't speak to it in the same way of somebody who was on, you know, whose family was on welfare, and who lived in the hood, and found a way out of that, but still has at least a little bit of hood mentality, a hood understanding. You know, like all of that comes with it. So to say I have no idea how we won that award, but knowing that what we have to say, which is why we do this, actually meant something to someone enough for us to receive an award, is an amazing thing, and it's a testament to everything we wish to accomplish and everything that we hope you hear. And thank you for actually hearing it.
Right. Well, we do appreciate it. And what was really brought up was our, I guess, assessments of, the racial inequalities and the things that surrounded Eric Gardner and other events of the like, and our perspectives on it. So that I think that really resonates with a lot of people because it is foreign to some, and it's informative yet funny for the most part, but still very insightful. And I tell people
I remember some of those episodes. Some of those episodes where I was just like, man, I don't want to talk about this right now.
Right. We were just exasperated, right?
Somebody got to. Somebody has to.
And
somebody got to. Don't try to act all high and mighty because you just got an award that you shouldn't have got.
I'm not acting high and mighty. I'm just grammatically correcting you, bro. You know what I'm saying? No, but but no, seriously. I mean, we really appreciate it. And like Scar, I started podcasting for the exact same reason. No one sounded like me. No one tried to look at it from a different perspective as I did, and I just felt as if maybe I could add a little something. But I tell people at work when I try to sell them on the podcast, I'm like, look. We study hood economics, right? We talk about everything from a very highly intellectual viewpoint, but with a different perspective. And that's the goal anyway. That's the goal because you and I are vastly different people, and we'll say it in different ways, but we're still attacking the same subject. And many times you'll bring up a point that I'm not even thinking about. You bring up a different perspective that I don't even have. So,
like how your ninja started.
Hating. That's the perspective I see. But no, hey, thank you all. We really do appreciate it, man. So yeah, thanks for watching. And y'all check out Everyday Gamers, the most recent episode. I was actually on it with them. And that's the EDG.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna listen to that before. I'm gonna listen to that before I go back and listen to the other shows. Like I said, I'm a few shows behind, but I'm always behind because of Libertard and Bo. So that's gonna happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, look, I was gonna talk about Final Fantasy 15, and I completed it, and I'll just talk about it for like 30 seconds because I don't really want to talk about it too much because the game's.
AZ Rockstar said, "Yeah, you actually made it."
Even though I apologize at the start of episode 52 for not making it. No, they just rolled me all night about that. That.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right, go ahead. You can talk about a game I don't care about. I'm gonna talk about a game you don't care about. Go ahead.
All right, that's cool. So, Final Fantasy 15. I played it. I completed it. The game takes you in a direction that you don't think it's going to go, and because of that, it makes me hard to kind of assess it. However, the journey to get to that destination was rather enjoyable. However, as many of the reviews have stated, you can kind of tell toward the end of the game that it got very restrictive in its scope. It's very visible. And whether or not that'll ruin it for you is completely dependent upon your playstyle. I honestly believe. The combat is good. The leveling system is pretty intriguing. The story itself kind of keeps you going. And when you do finish it, holla at your boy. We might have to talk about it because I believe wholeheartedly that there is an equivalent ending to the movie Inception. So we'll have to talk about that. So
okay, let's see. Okay, so in Inception, you know what the real answer is because the top wobbled. In the previous times where he spun the top when he was in there, it didn't move at all. It just spun. But when he was in that last part, it wobbled a little bit, which it didn't do in the previous instances, which is the reason why I think he's in the real world.
But again, that's what I thought as well. But I think that Nolan did that one, and I think he did that intentionally to leave people guessing at the end. So I do concur. Because it did wobble at the end, and then it wobbled and it went black. Shake it. Wobble, baby. Wobble. Oh, anyway, but but yes. So again, with that in mind, that is the context in which I precurse my non-spoiler review of Final Fantasy 15. So
he said, "Don't forget the top was not his totem." You're right, but it still wobbled.
But it
ain't wobbled.
He used it as a totem because all a totem was something that was to ground you in the real world. So,
but it ain't wobble before, and so we going with the wobble.
Right. Even though that movie, I have critiques about Inception, but we will let it slide here because you need to talk about the game that I don't really care too much about. So please, sir.
Okay, so I finally got into a little bit of Rock Band.
I like Rock Band. You said it like I don't like Rock Band.
But you don't like Rock Band like I like Rock Band.
It's just that I've never played Rock Band.
Bruh, you should. Like, that is a
Guitar Hero.
There was a sale where the Rock Band kit, which comes with a microphone, one guitar, and the drum, it was on sale for just $99 during the holidays. It's during the holidays, and the GameStops around here had a deal that supposedly during Black Friday, if you bought the full kit, they would give you an extra guitar, but someone who was working didn't get the memo. So they still had a bunch of guitars in the back. So they actually gave my girl who bought it for me for Christmas, they actually gave her an extra guitar. Okay.
Cool, man.
But yeah, Rock Band is so much fun. It's the second best co-op game of all time.
That's strong words. I mean, because we got Contra, Double Dragon.
Best co-op game of all time. But the first is another game that you don't like very much, which is Left 4 Dead.
It just because it destroyed my 360 is all.
But okay, so I'm a drummer and a singer. That's basically, that's what I do most of all. But and for a guitar, I like playing guitar, but I can't play on hard and I can't play on expert. I'm pretty much medium all the way through. So I got in, and they have a new mode where you do instead of doing the solos that they have, you do like a freestyle solo.
Okay. Word up.
So I got in and I did the tutorial of how to do the freestyle solos.
Okay.
And oh my God, it's so much fun. It's so, I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you, the freestyle solos are so much fun. Like, it gives you an idea of they give you kind of an idea of what it wants you to do. And then it gives you parts where you can do whatever you want. But it tells you what to do in order to make certain guitar sounds. Mm-hmm. And then they have a mode where you can do like an endless solo mode where you just pick a song, it plays the song how it normally plays, but you can solo all the way through the song. Nice. You can solo all the way through that bad boy. And man, that joint is fun. It is the funnest. Like, I was happy like a kid, just messing around, because like playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band, when you're playing guitar, it sometimes, depending on how well you do, it makes you actually feel like you are actually doing something. And playing drums, it makes you feel like you're actually doing something. And singing, you are actually doing something, because you got to hit those notes or it ain't gonna work. But the guitar was less so. The disconnect between what is actually happening and what you're actually doing is a little bit less so. But this made me feel like I was playing the guitar. Like, I was just pressing buttons and strumming and whammy and all that kind of stuff. And you tilt the guitar up, it makes a different sound, like all kinds of stuff. And I just did that, and it didn't advance my career or anything. I won't make no money. And I was just having the best time. And then my girl and I, the new Rock Band is called Rock Band Rivals. It's an expansion to Rock Band 4. And the Rivals has a mode where it's like a rockumentary, and they have it's like a behind the music, and like you have all of these people in FMV that are talking about your band, very much like a behind the music type.
I heard it like that. Yeah.
And it's actually like, some of it is like really funny, and there's a lot of play off of stuff that's real. Like, you have to play a benefit for Help Aid and all of this other stuff, like Live Aid and all of that other stuff. Like, like it's really good. The only problem that I If you were to pick up Rock Band, which is the best one to get, you only have a Xbox get a Rivals kit for Xbox. You don't have another choice. Ace said that in the chat. Like you get Rivals, but the song packs are I like the fact that you can export the old stuff, and if you've already paid for the exports, you don't have to again. That's a good thing. And they got some good songs in there, man. My wish list from the store is massive, but I did buy 24 Karat Magic though.
24 Karat.
Because that song,
I still never heard it. I need to get up on it.
You still ain't heard it? Yeah, you need.
My boy, that is my dude. I love me some Bruno. Love me some Bruno.
That's your jams, yo.
Yeah, I need to get up on it, bro.
I mean, yeah, it jams. So I bought that, and then there's a lot of songs. But you know, one of the best things about playing Guitar Hero or Rock Band is learning these songs. Like because of Rock Band and Guitar Hero and stuff like that, I realized how much I missed by missing out on like a lot of like the Foo Fighters stuff and a lot of like for some reason I really like Stone Temple Pilots, and I missed that whole thing.
See, this is what baffles me about the hood part of you, because no hood part of me appreciates the Stone Temple Pilots. Like that's just me. Like.
But when you're sitting there with these songs and you're learning them,
true that.
It's a completely different situation. Like I never cared much about rock music until I had to take I was doing a television production class in school, and I was doing a video where I recorded some footage of me playing Tekken. And I was trying to find a song to do a montage to, because that was the class project of doing a montage. And he was like, "I got the perfect song," and it was a song from Korn. It was off of Korn's first album. And you know, he let me borrow the CD so I could hear the song, so I knew where the beats were and stuff like that. You know, where I was gonna cut stuff in and stuff like that. I never gave it back to him. And that led me down a long rabbit hole of experiencing music I've never heard before. And I think one of the greatest sonic experiences that you could have is Metallica S&M. It is just masterful. Like, because it's Michael Kamen, who is a conductor, and he was a composer for movies, and he composed, you know, it's S&M because it's symphony and Metallica. They're performing with a full orchestra. And it's amazing from beginning to end. And and that really made me go back and check a lot of Metallica stuff out, because I had only really heard the Black Album. And I knew the hits, like, you know, the Inner Sandmans and, you know, that type of stuff, but I didn't really know their work. And I was really, really impressed by all I was missing. And it's because of that game that I got opened up to a lot of music. Most of all, that I love to sing that stuff. Love it. Like, you know, it's stretching. No, a lot of it is singing. It's not like you're screaming. It's music from all different forms of rock, and there's funk songs in there. Like there's funk songs in there. There's a few hip hop songs. Like in the first game, there was a song from the Beastie Boys and stuff like that, and you could use that to cheat. Things there. Because somebody figured out that on the rap songs you don't have to keep a pitch, so they just have a static thing. Just a cadence. And somebody realized that you don't actually have to say the words. As long as you're saying something when that is supposed to be triggered, it still counts. So a guy recorded a video where every time he was supposed to be rapping, he was reading the Declaration of Independence. So, and he got 100% on expert because he was reading the Declaration of Independence. So yeah, I mean, I could not AZ Rockstar says Spirit in the Sky is in one of the songs. Yes, it's in.
Okay.
It's in
That's
3. I think? No.
Isn't it?
No,
that's
that
Ribbon in the
Steven.
Sky. That's Ribbon in the
That's
Sky.
Ribbon in the Sky.
My bad.
Ribbon in the Sky.
I knew it was something in the sky.
There's some stuff. There's some stuff in there. There's some stuff in there that you would know. You know what? You know what surprised me a lot. When I first started playing, there was a lot of these songs. It was just songs that I heard a snippet of in commercials. And I was like, man, this is a song for the Mitsubishi joint. Oh, that's the Chevy commercial, dog. You know, like,
right,
you know,
right.
Like a lot of stuff was stuff like I knew from like stuff like that. Yeah, he said 2 or 3. It's in one of those. I remember.
Okay.
But you know, that's the You Got a Friend in Jesus song. I sang it before. That's how I knew. The Spirit in the Sky I'm talking about, not Ribbon in the Sky, because that's completely different in the sky.
Right.
But yeah, man, I think you should try it. If you still had your 360, I would send you my copy of 3, just so you can try it. But you ain't got a 360 no more, so that's a complete waste of.
Yeah, it's in my son's room. And here's the thing: no, I've never played Rock Band because the only thing I liked was DJ Hero. I never played Rock Band because I don't get down with the genres of music that they generally have. They're just not my go-to. They're not my go-to.
There's so many genres of music, and there's country.
I understand that. But
I didn't dig it. I didn't dig it all at first either. But there's some stuff that has stuck with me through the years. Remember, I bought Guitar Hero 2 because I was bored and I had money that day. There was no other reason why I bought Guitar Hero 2, which started me on this Guitar Hero 2 and eventually moving into Rock Band. And eventually, at one point I had 11 guitars and 4 drum kits, which now technically I have 5 drum kits now. 6 if you count my real digital drum kit.
It's a problem. And here's my thing. I guess in response to that, I'm just not that bored to go buy that because I have a lot of other stuff to play. So that's why I just
did it. But you know what? It is a great game to play with people. The only problem is when you play with a whole bunch of black people, somebody got to sing. And because that's the only problem. It's a lot of songs that we don't know.
Yep, and that's why.
But it's still very interesting to play on guitar and to play on drums, because even though you're playing these songs, you're still playing a game, and that comes out in you. But the idea that he said fantastic party game. It is an excellent party game, especially if there's drinking involved. Man, it's great. If there's drinking involved, it is an excellent party game for you and everyone else. Like, if one person knows anything about the song that you're playing, like it could actually change just everything. Like, even if you don't like rock music, if somebody puts on "Living on a Prayer," like everyone loves "Living on a Prayer," bro. Everyone loves "Living on a Prayer." Everyone loves that song. That is a song, and when you're drunk and you sing that as loudly as you possibly can with your friends, it is a great time.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like, look, "Living on a Prayer" is like gin and juice. Yeah, I saw that. It's passed along the hallway that "Hungry Like a Wolf" was not appropriate to sing at a youth band rock band party. Yeah. Pretty.
You're basically saying you're horny like a wolf, but yeah. So no, that's not appropriate. But
well, let me finish up because I got a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
And it won't be Rock Band related. So if you got anything else to say on Rock Band,
I talk too much on Rock Band. It is an excellent game. It is the second best co-op game ever.
#subjective. Okay, so let me ask you: did you get a chance to get into the phone? How is the Honor 5X? Because I need to know if his honor is redeemed with you. Like, how is it?
Okay,
is it work?
All right. So 1, Man, this battery keep dying on me, B. Like, this battery is going down. It might be the apps that I have installed. It's a little weird. The case is a little weird because the buttons are covered and you got to press it through the case.
And that's a pull-off case. I just bought that because otherwise that phone is slick as hell. It will slide out of your hand.
Very much so. So that's a little hard. And with the volume rocker being on the other side of the phone, I'm used to it being over here. So I keep reaching over here to go change my volume. It's not really working the same. Right now I'm using both, but I really like this phone.
Cool.
I really like this phone. And there's one thing I don't like. I don't have like a normal all-encompassing app tray. Like,
you don't have an app drawer. You do not.
Yeah, you don't have an app drawer. So now I gotta make my own app drawer. But
folders is money though. Getting the folders, making them, separating them out. I have some like e-commerce. Then I have some that's everything with games. So all the streaming services, Xbox Live, PSN, all of that stuff. So and then I do a media one and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
fitness.
I'm working on that. I'm working on that now. Like you know. So it's a little bit is a little bit different for me, but the problems that I'm having with the phone is because of the apps that I installed. I installed an app that worked fine on my other phone because it came with the phone, but when I installed the new version of the phone, now it has a whole bunch of ads, and I got to find me an ad blocker because this is getting on my motherfucking nerves. It has nothing.
AZ Rockslide actually put that in the phone. I think he put that on one of his because they had a Hack Your Life show. And I think someone had that on PC, and it may be one that's similar. I think that same app is applicable for cell phones. So maybe we'll find that out.
Yeah, but
let's see. I got the level 20. Let's see. He got the LG V20. Yeah, Slasher said he has the LG V20. That's the new LG. Man, that new LG is the hotness. Like that phone looks nice. It is ridiculous.
My daughter got the unnew LG. I got my daughter has the K7.
The K7, okay, all right.
But I mean, it's she an 8-year-old, so she got.
Let me talk.
I know people who really talk highly about the LGs though.
Yeah, LGs, the new ones are, especially since the V10. Oh, the V10 was it, man. That was nice. And also there have been a lot of things announced today. I said we're gonna talk about CES and the Detroit Auto Show. We didn't even get to it, but let's talk about CES real quick.
I don't care nothing about cars, so you can skip it. You can talk about the Detroit Auto Show all you want to. I'm just gonna be quiet now.
No, it's fine. It's fine. One thing I'll say, everybody should go out there. Like there are two things that were announced that were kind of actually pretty shocking. Number one, Kia has a front engine all-wheel drive sports car called the Stinger, the Kia Stinger. Look that up. It looks nice. I liked it, and I think Derek, DetroitSlasher, liked it as well when he saw it. I guess he looked at the video. That thing looks mad nice. So that was actually pretty surprising for Kia to come out with something like that, because Kia has
some cars that are like, that's right. That's a Kia.
Right, exactly.
That's a Kia.
Exactly. And
that's Kia.
Right, exactly. And this one has two engines. It has two engines, one of which, the base is like a 2.0 cylinder, 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbo that gives you about 250 horsepower, which is ridiculous. So that's pretty nice. And then it also has they also have a V6. So that was pretty cool. And then also the new Toyota Camry was actually announced today, and it actually looks pretty darn good. Like, it looks pretty good. So that was the things that I wanted to say. Like, the Detroit Auto Show just really got kicked off. It hadn't really been going for a long time. But let me tell you,
I drive a 98 Corolla B.
Huh?
I drive a 98 Corolla B.
Right. So, but listen though. So the thing that I really want to talk about at CES is there were a lot of things, but the thing that won the TV of the show for all us gamers, there is an LG OLED, flexible OLED, that is 3.5 millimeters thick on the side, and it's only 18 pounds. It'll stick to your wall with like this magnetic strip that you put around, and then you just put it on top, and it looks like a picture frame, and it's supposed to look like a picture frame. The cost, $8,000.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, Now, again, keep in mind it's an OLED. It's a flexible OLED. Remember a long time ago I was telling you guys back at CES they had the flexible OLEDs with, you know, the slap bracelets where you could like put stuff on people's wrists with the screen. Well, it's using that same technology because it's
there was the concept video for the Nokia Morph.
Okay.
Flexible OLEDs, and you could like fold it and do all kinds of shit with it. So.
Right. And so that's what this TV is. So it's summarily that, but kind of put up and it bends and everything. So there's some pretty cool stuff going on out there, but it's mainly it's CES is mainly like Alexa integrated stuff and smart home talking to your home stuff. So that's basically all of CES this year, which to me is a little bit disheartening. But hey, and they did again talk up a little bit about 8K, but it really wasn't the big deal. But again, I tell you guys, LG is coming along on their TVs because they actually won the TV of the show last year, and they won the LG's top TV this past year in 2016. So again, I tell you guys,
I'm still rocking an old Panty Plasma, so my panty is still doing all right.
All right, do what you do. But that is all that we have, ladies and gentlemen. Mike, do you have anything else? Otherwise, we get up out of here.
AZ Rockstar said, "What about Razer's new 3-screen laptop?"
Yes, I saw that. So
why do you need 3 screen? See, that's like, oh, that's cool. Why would I need this?
Right. Well, here's the thing. That's just it. It's like, okay, so what happened is if you look at CNET, they were talking and the main editor at large was saying, you know, one thing that would be really cool is if you could take one of the 3 screens and turn it around while you were doing a presentation and you had someone sitting down at your desk, and so you could pull up a PowerPoint and kind of show them exactly what you're seeing, and you could walk through something and do a presentation. So if you're sitting down at like a conference room table and everyone is all there.
Well, if you're working on that stuff, then give a nigga a hologram. Like seriously, like don't give me 3 screens on a laptop, bruh. Like give me a hologram. Take those 3 screens, figure out how to combine them. Give me a projected image that I can touch.
Exactly.
That I can touch, dog. Not just a projected image. Give me a projected image that I can touch. Because you can buy a little bar that attaches to your laptop screen that makes it a touch screen. So I know the technology to make a hologram that I can touch exists. I just need y'all to make the damn holograms.
All right. Now, here's my one thing. When you talk about holograms, I believe that Vlad's Hammer pointed out on one episode of OFR, a recent one, that HoloLens, you know how we thought HoloLens was going to be mad expensive because the dev kits were $3,000? Well, the rumors are that HoloLens itself, why did I say like HoloLens? Like I'm trying to do a machine. I don't know what happened right there. But right. But HoloLens is supposed to drop anywhere between, he said $300. He said it's about 300, but I've been seeing anywhere between 400 to 500. But still, that is a lot more manageable and it is a lot more consumer pricing friendly than the $3,000 that the dev kits were. So I'm really looking forward to, and I really hope that becomes available, because look, man, with HoloLens, imagine what you could do if you could set everything up and like sync it all from one. Oh man, that would be phenomenal. Like that would be absolutely excellent.
It would be, but it's gonna be some nonsense. The same way that you know, all of this stuff is with the shit. I can't even think of the words. The shit that cover your eyes.
VR.
There we go. I couldn't think.
There you go.
It's gonna be like VR, where you're gonna have to have a computer enough for using it. And then AZ Rockstar said, if you were a serious driving game enthusiast, I am the opposite of a driving game enthusiast. I loved 2 driving games really my whole life. 2.
Which were
Burnout Revenge.
Okay.
Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original.
The second one for me. Need for Speed Most Wanted number 2, off the chain. Off the chain.
$5,000.
Oh, you're talking about Razor Callahan.
Razor Callahan.
Okay. Yeah.
So those are the only two driving games that I really love. I like Burnout 3. I like Burnout 3 a lot, but Revenge made that so much better for me. And I actually scarred up my Revenge,
man. That's when you got to.
I had my Xbox. This is a long time ago, but I had my Xbox upright, and then
it fell.
It fell down. Got the ring, bro.
Yeah, Slasher. I do listen to the show all the time, man. Especially when Hammer be talking all this mess about Michigan and all of this, and talking about all this mess about how he's just dominating in the fantasy league, and then I beat him for the consolation.
He said Paradise all day. I started Paradise, and they just gave us Paradise. But I started Paradise, but I didn't like that. You have me participating in these races where now I have to know where I'm going, and I haven't been in the city long enough to know where the fuck I'm going.
Oh, I hear what you're saying.
And then not having the arrows and the borders to
right, because it was before all that, right?
Yeah. And so Paradise just opened it up, just like you got to get from here to there, go. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to help get there. I just got here. So yeah, that was a problem that I had with Paradise. I own Paradise on PC, and now I own it, I guess, on the Xbone. But I'm probably not gonna play it much unless we play like as a group, like we all get together and play.
Right.
I ain't about to play that shit.
I'm just gonna be real with you, but no, GTA 5. Yeah, Hammer's been petitioning me. I still ain't gonna get it. I don't like GTA, man. I don't like anything about the world. I don't like anything about how it controls. I don't like it. I don't like GTA. I would prefer Sleeping Dogs over GTA on any day.
I think the story of GTA 5, where you're 3 different people, is incredibly well told, and the way that these 3 completely separate people with separate lives and families and all of that stuff, the way that they intertwine their lives is amazing storytelling. And the city is just amazing. No, hell no.
AZ Rockside
ain't no Saints Row. You lost me at the 4. I love Saints Row, but Saints Row 4 was some nonsense. I want to play Saints Row. I don't want to play Saints Row Crackdown Edition. I want to play Saints Row. So, no. Saints Row 2 is the pinnacle of that series. Saints Row 3 was incredibly well done, but they narrowed the focus a little bit and made it a little bit less of a game to me. But Saints Row 4, they just made Crackdown and told us that it was no,
absolutely not. Okay,
I don't want to play Crackdown outside of Crackdown.
Okay.
I mean, this shit had agility orbs basically and everything.
Right. I hear you. That is the popular conception about that game. So
no, AZ, no. It was not amazing.
Amazing. He should have did like 3 more A's in amazing in the second set of A's, but. Especially, he says this Crackdown 2 was horrible. Crackdown 2 was a disappointment to a lot of people I know. A lot of people
Crackdown. I got Crackdown 2 too late, and by the time I got it, everybody had moved on, so I never played it much.
Well, too late was a week, because after about a week, everybody stopped playing that game. So
pretty much, but I wanted to play it, so I got it. I got it used somewhere.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening and watching. Facetious. Hey, mad shout outs to AZ Rock Slide, my boy Ace Black, my dude DetroitSlasher for dropping into the chat live, and also Will, who is normally up in here. And mad shout outs to everyone. Also, shout outs to Everyday Gamers for having me on again. AZ, Holy Headshot.
Thank you,
Beef J.
Thank you for the awards. It's greatly appreciated. I still haven't been on the show, other than that one after E3. Other than that one E3 show where it was me, AZ, and I think Ninja Toe.
Okay.
So I haven't been on the show officially. So just saying, I promise. Okay, let me make this promise.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean into the camera a little bit. All right. So I promise not to say black shows matter during the show. I promise. But I'm gonna say it here though. Black shows matter. Oh. I can do no wait. He said he'll get me on the show. He just needs to be ready to edit. I can do clean shows.
He's done clean shows before. He just comes out here firing on with both 6 shooters. Right now, he just empties both chambers.
I've done clean shows, and the one time I was on Gamer Husbands, I sat there silent for 15 minutes, and I wasn't muted, and I didn't say a word.
Mm-hmm. See, notice how that's the one instance he has.
Hard that was?
That's the one example he has.
No, you know what? I'm silent almost every time that I'm on Game Enthused. I'm silent for good chunks.
Right.
I'm silent, but those I got to mute sometimes.
Right.
I got to mute sometimes because when you're on a show with a whole bunch of core gamers that play a lot of crazy stuff. Aaron plays all of these weird little indie games and stuff. At times you want to say, like, what is wrong with you? Why would you play that? But I know Aaron gets a lot of these games. People send him these games, and I can't show up on the show and mess up the money, and I can't mess up the free stuff because he's like, why you got that crazy dude saying, why did you play that bullshit game? And then he not gonna get the stuff. So there's times where I have to mute myself and be like, that's bullshit. Don't nobody want to play it. That happens. That happens quite often during that show. So I mute myself a lot, and I just kind of say stuff to myself. I kind of do the show that I do with myself when I'm listening to a lot of podcasts because, I'm listening to the show. The show's already done. You can't hear me. And I'm screaming at my iPod or my phone or, in my car. I just do that while I'm on that show, but I mute so I don't bother anybody.
Right. Now, Slasher is petitioning for you to come on OFR. That's what he's saying.
I've been on OFR.
Mm-hmm.
Have I ever been on OFR from beginning to end? Like, I got invited on like half a show before.
You have been on OFR from beginning to end, I'm sure. I can't think of a time I've been on OFR from beginning to end. Well, they can probably fix that, man. Hammer put you on there, and on there they don't really care. They let them fly. Hammer don't care. He don't edit out no curse words. Hammer grown man. he don't worry about that. But I promise I'll be nice. Okay, that's what's up. All right. Well, I promise I'll be nice. I'm not gonna be nice on OFR, but I will promise to be good on your show, AZ Rocks Live. Hey, I was clean for the show we did. I just thought about that. Yeah. Especially because I thought Sony was on some bullshit. I was clean for that show. Okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, holla at your boy. If you want me to be on the show, holla at your boy. I'll do it. You gotta give me some time. Don't just do like how OFR did me last time. I just happened to be out somewhere. I come home and I get a message on Skype like, yo, you want to come be on the show? And I'm like, damn, like, ain't nobody told me this in advance. And then I'm like, I had I had to cancel something important in order to be on the show. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying, but like, Slash put it out there. Now you can jump. I know what important is. I know what that is. Because that's just for everybody watching. Right. That's just for everybody watching. That's what we hear. I had to cancel something important just to do that because I do that for my people. I do it for the culture. That's it. All right, y'all. So 10 minutes into our shout outs, I wanted to say thank you everybody for watching and listening. We'll be back again next week. We'll be in here. Now, listen, I don't know how much energy I'm going to have next week because I'm going to be a full week into this fast, 8 days. And right now, even now, I'm tired. So we're going to see where it's at, but we're going to still get out here and do it. It may only be a 30-minute show. So
I didn't tell nobody if you at least get you like what is it? The nut bars with the almonds and the granola and the little almond butter under the bottom. What is it?
The Sweet Valley, the Nature Valley, Nature Valley.
The salty nut joints.
Yeah,
you know
the almonds,
the sweet and salty nuts joints. I mean, that sounds terrible.
It sounds terrible. It sounds like these. It sounds like you want me to go out and buy a package.
But like I won't tell nobody. And that'll be our little secret before the cameras turn on. If you have some sweet and salty nuts right before the show starts.
No, I'm good, bro. I don't need no salty nuts. Everybody, thanks for listening. We'll be back in here again next week. Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out to the Warriors.